the twin hydro on the block. This is a 24-inch Deltaforce Vortex. Okay, in the last video we waterproofed our ESCs. I got the connectors on, we got the motors and drive lines spooled up. Everything sounded good there. Today we're gonna do the water cooling and get the ESCs mounted permanently. I'm gonna go ahead and put the battery tray in. We're basically gonna finish the build in this video, completely finish it, and then toward the end of the video we're going to take it for a real quick maiden run. So stick around to the end of the video if you guys want to see this thing on the water. Big B with Ironclad RC. So what I did last night is I stepped the hole size up on this Y splitter. 2 sizes. I have an indexed drill bit set there. Okay, so actually, well, if I had to guess, maybe 3 sizes. All right, all the way around. I also used the same bits on my exits. Okay, I also used the same bit on the nipples on my ESC. I should have videoed it. I went basically 3 sizes larger, 2.5, 3, and my nipple on my rudder. So all my nipples are exactly the same size all the way around. I even run it through the motor nipple in this way. I couldn't get it in that way, you know. Before I put my motors in permanently, I went ahead and drilled out the nipples, so we should get plenty of flow. Okay, this is a small Y splitter. Offshore Electrics also has a large. I got this small for my drag boat because it was lightweight. It's small, you know, and it worked pretty good. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to use this. I was going to Velcro the batteries in. Seriously considered it. Still considering it, because I really don't feel like epoxying this into the boat, but we are. I use these 4S packs in my shrimp outrigger with Velcro on it. It's like really hard, almost impossible to get them in, and even more harder or impossible to get them out that boat with Velcro on it. So yeah, we're going to go with this, mount it right here, and it'll hold both of these batteries side by side, and if you stand them up, it actually is the same exact width. This is a Offshore Electrics battery tray. You can get this tray in several different sizes. This is the, oh, what is this? 140 millimeter long battery tray. They sell it. He sells it in several lengths. You know, up to like 400 millimeters long. It comes with these 4 little mounting tabs here. Okay. They basically get mounted, it basically gets mounted like this, with the tabs under the sides. Okay, that way when you put your strap on your battery, the battery slides forward or something, the straps won't fly off. Also, you want to leave the ends open, okay, so you can put your battery strap on long ways. That gives you 2 options. Took my Dremel there, kind of put some slits in it for some epoxy to grab on. Now we're going to rough up the area. Nobody's going to see the bottom of it. It's going to be mounted in the boat, so it don't really matter. You know, when they make these parts at a factory, you know, I'm sure it's some kind of assembly line, and when they lay this fiberglass or epoxy out, you know, they got to pop it off of whatever they laid it out on. So I'm sure there's some kind of release agent on these parts, like your motor mounts, your battery trays, servo mounts, etc. So you really gotta rough it up, clean it, you know, to get that release agent off and get down to some bare fiberglass, you know. So you can see what I did here. I took that Dremel and really went to town on it. Cross hatched it, then I 60 gridded it. Same on the standoffs. That's what that's called, I guess, a standoff. Alright, now you could cut these in half. You know, you could cut them in half so you have more area for your straps, but I'm gonna leave mine long, you know, like so. Okay, so that's better. It's just a paint marker. Get it from Hobby Lobby, you know, and it works really good for marking stuff out on carbon fiber. I'm gonna sand it with this 60 grit. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my razor knife, just like we did the motor mount, kind of cross hatch into that carbon fiber. Sand first, and then do your razor knife. You know, you can really feel it roughing that up. It works so freaking good. So we're gonna hit it with some alcohol here. Gonna clean this thing up real good, sanded, roughed up. It was kind of a toss-up, really. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this VENOM carbon or the 30-minute Bob Smith. Kind of leaning toward this 30-minute. The 15-minute would be okay, but I think the 30-minute may be a little bit better for this application. So we're going to go with it. Yeah, you're going to need paper towels, Q-tips. You've made those little holes in this hull, you know, with that razor knife. So try to get your epoxy in all those little grooves you made, you know. Once you get the mount basically where you want it, just use a paintbrush, a clean brush with alcohol on it, you know, clean up around the mount. Not too much alcohol. You don't want to weaken your glue up, you know. Then take your alcohol soaked pad, like cloth, and clean up your motor mount, clean up around it. Make sure where the battery straps are going through that there's no epoxy that's gonna like prevent you from getting your straps in. You know, just kind of clean up everything, tidy it all up, set something on top of it, a weight or something. Okay. Been about 6 hours, give or take, since I epoxied this in the boat. I put a few batteries to weigh it down, you know, so let's see what it looks like. Well, turned out pretty good. Not bad, B. Not bad, B. Looks ironclad to me. Yeah, boy. Alright. So I got my waterproofed speed controls here. New heat shrink. I've got my Y splitter. I disconnected the power off of one because you can't have the BEC voltage going in from two ESCs into your receiver. Excuse me. This is a homemade Y splitter. You can buy them. I just make mine. Alright, so yeah, let's get these in the boat. Well, not yet. not yet. I'm definitely going to mount them forward here, about right there. Okay, so we need to run our water cooling. I'm going to use this red cooling line, and I've been thinking about where I want to go through the hull. I think I'm going to go in right here, right dead center on the top side. Leave myself room for tape, you know, and go in right there. I've got a couple of screws going through the transom. They end about right there. So I'm going to basically drill it about right here where those screws end, you know. I think I am going to use this Y splitter. I think I mentioned to you guys earlier, I drilled out all my pickup holes, all my nipples, every one of them on this whole boat. So I think I'm going to run this Y splitter right there. That's going to branch off, basically go to my ESCs, and then my motors, and then out the boat. Kind of learned from past builds, past setups, that you need to cut all of your cooling line the exact same length when you're using a Y splitter. Water will flow the path of least resistance. It needs to equal out so you get proper flow. You know what I mean? So that's going to be like that. Alright, like so. Then we're going to go from the ESC to the motor. Got my outlets here. I decided to go on top of the hull. I kind of like to see it come out, you know. I cut all of my tubes, every dang on one of them, the exact same length. Exactly, okay? So I'm just getting these right angle pliers here. I'm going to try to get this cooling line plugged in. I may go through and cut my little slither of cooling line on the end of my lines that go onto the nipple, you know, because this is actually some thin cooling line, so it don't really have a lot of elasticity to grab onto these smaller nipples, you know, especially the motor. See how easy it wants to come off? So I definitely gonna double that line up, you know, at the end anyway. So we got our water cooling finished up. I got the ESCs double side taped down, and my motors, this motor's hooked up. I got the right polarity. I get asked all the time, B, which wires do I plug in to which wire, motor to ESC connection? So what I like to do, I always start off with the middle wire on my ESC, middle wire on the motor. Plug those two in together. So then you got the two outside motor wires and then the two outside ESC wires left, right? You could plug these wires in any combination. It's not going to matter. Okay, they interchange. So what I do is I actually plug in my two outside wires, okay, and I spool it up. I check motor direction. Okay, so my motor direction is right. If I needed to change the motor direction, I would just unplug my two outside wires, keep the middle wire plugged in, and switch the motor direction. Boom. That's what I would do. It's pretty simple. My motor direction was right, so I'm gonna go back the way I had it. Probably get them mixed up now. So the motor to ESC can be plugged in any way. All right. This ESC does not have reverse, so it makes it pretty easy. All right. Alright, so I got my water bottle here. Got a brass tube. We're going to hook it up to the water intake. Alright. I'm not going to squeeze it too hard. I've already checked it. I didn't mash play or record on my camera here. Plenty of cooling, both sides. Exactly the same height string. You see that? That'll do it. That'll do it. Alright. No water in the boat. No leaks anywhere. Water jackets aren't leaking. It's ready to go. Ready to go. D-U-N. Done. Oh man, it's such a good feeling. Finish up a build, man. Oh, it looks sick. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yes, sir, freaking buddy. Got the ESCs double side taped down. All right, both of them. I like scrubbed that heat shrink with a magic eraser. That helped getting that damn silicone off. But I must have wiped them down 10 or 15 times so that I can get that double side tape to stick. And I actually got the double side tape to stick the first time. Made sure it was really clean. That's the key building a boat. When you're sticking stuff, gluing, taping, make sure it's clean. That double side extreme Scotch tape works pretty freaking good. Battery tray turned out pretty good. I still need to kind of, I don't know if I'll even use a long strap. I may. Right there, it slid back while it was drying, but that works. That freaking works. I got my receiver. I actually CA'd that piece of Velcro down. That's the permanent place where my receiver will go. I use Velcro because I changed the receiver out quite a bit. I got that Y splitter there and heat shrunk the connection from the ESC to the Y splitter so it don't come unplugged. The only thing I have left to do is that water pickup if it don't want to pick up a lot of water. I got everything LOC-TITE'd. All my connectors, everything, the screw for this rod end, everything's LOC-TITE'd. The couplers on the motor side, I always LOC-TITE. This one, I actually put a lot of LOC-TITE where my cable's at, just in case the grub screw were to come or back loose. LOC-TITE will possibly hold my cables in. I always do that. Right here, I might have to do something with this. Maybe we'll switch this up. Yeah, there we go. We don't want that cooling line to rub on the coupler. Might need to shorten this one up. If I shorten this one, I gotta shorten this one. So I'll think about it. Like I said earlier, I think getting this boat tuned in without this transom pickup is going to be a lot easier. That may create some drag, you know, and it's just one more thing I have to worry about once I'm on the water trying to get it like set up and stuff. So I'm gonna leave this off for the time being. I have plenty more cooling line. So I kind of like the Y splitter. It's nice and clean. I don't have the extra pickup back here. You know, it's light, I guess, and it actually looks pretty freaking good, man. All I got left to do is tune it, and we'll take it to the water. You know, so I got it plugged in here. Let's freaking go, boy. I'm ready to go. I'm taking this thing out tomorrow. We're going to tune it and give it its maiden tomorrow. If it runs good, that's great. If it don't run good, I'm still going to freaking video it. I'm not one of those guys that takes my boat out and only post the videos where it runs good. I post every freaking video, running good, running bad, flipping, not flipping, bouncing, popping, hopping, prop steering, flipping, dipping, clipping, hitting. I post them all, boy. I post them all. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this build series. I sure did. I'm at the New River. We're not too far from my house. This is like the closest area. And I got my son AQUA with me, and we're going to give the twin hydro quick test. It's a little breezy for this little boat, but I didn't have enough time to go to the park pond, and I really wanted to run it. I really wanted to test it out. Here's your tugboat. Here, there you go. Oh, it's turning good. So I put the 90mm long rudder on because I was afraid it wasn't going to turn or not have any steering authority, you know. Oh wow, it's kind of rough, so I can't really like pin it, you know. Oh, it's running good. Left turn. I'm over here in the shade, you guys. It's hot out there. Humidity is terrible today. Oh, it looks good. See, we have water cooling. A little bit of water cooling. Be careful, get off the concrete, you'll fall. I'm gonna run it on this shore over here, calm the water. Man, it's handling good. Turn your tugboat around. Turn it around. So it actually looks like it got a pretty good tune on it. And it hops up out the water flat. I was afraid it wasn't gonna hop up out the water. Man, it is running good. We're gonna go to the park pond tomorrow with it. Oh, it's sticking down. Got the CG right. I don't see a whole lot of cooling coming out with that Y splitter. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Man, it's doing good, boys. Get him, get him, get him. Get that minnow. Come here, let's take your shoes off. Those are leather, we're gonna mess them up. Mama's gonna skin me alive. Here, sit down. All right, let's check her out, boys. Bone dry, bone dry. A little warm, but not hot. So we're definitely gonna put the transom pickup on there. Kind of figured it wouldn't be enough with my drag boat. With my drag boat, it was it didn't run ovals like this boat here does, you know. So the Y splitter was enough. Yeah, it did pretty good, boys. Yeah, it did pretty good. I'm pretty happy about it. These batteries are much lighter. Okay. Now get back over here on the dirt. Here. Don't drop it. All right, let's see what it does here. So the boat ended up being around 4 pounds, 13 ounces, if I'm not mistaken. All loaded out with the 2200s. It likes these lighter batteries. It looks like it likes the CG back a little bit too. Whew. All right, let's turn yours around. Let me me get his tugboat back real quick. This is the Horizon Harbor tug, and I had to make a custom hatch for it because a kayaker knocked mine off trying to help me. Yep, that's a tool. Man, it turns really good, man. Everybody was worried about the rudder being in front of the props, and it works good. Look at that, man. Plenty of steering. And I got my dual rate at 100. It goes up to 150. I could probably go back with it. I'm actually really happy with it. I went with an efficient running twin motor. You know, I didn't want to put big power and weigh it down. If I did a big power, it would probably have been fast with those 2968s, but I kind of went for like an efficient, fun running twin that's just that's fast on the water, something different, something outside the box. And I think we achieved our goal. You know, we got to do a little bit of tuning, but I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, I'm glad I didn't have my hands right back there. He grabbed that controller. So yeah, we'll let you guys go, man. I just wanted to run a couple packs in it, see how it floated. Thanks for watching.